This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 267 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
And UConn is back up where they belong.
Where they belong.
Congratulations, the University
what was it, 9 years it took?
of Connecticut.
Love it.
Yeah. I think actually
2014 was the last time they
was
won.
Ollie, then 3 with Jim Calhoun before. Nicole and I are both UConn fans. Nicole's a UConn alum.
I am.
And UConn has celebrated their 5th national championship, putting them back on top where they belong, the college basketball hierarchy, if you will. And we have a March Madness article to kick off Racket number 1. This is written by Tom Toole on nowbam.com. 3 lessons from March Madness to help you win in real estate. Running a business is in some ways purely a psychological exercise when you think about it. Obviously, some things will give you a competitive advantage. We have a racket, the 3rd racket that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
That counteracts this so much.
Totally counteracts it.
You are going to be blown away if you've never heard of this trend that we're going to talk about.
Had you heard of it before today?
No. That article, which is, by the way, that we're going to reference in the 3rd one, the worst article I've ever read in my life.
In your life?
By far.
Okay.
I mean, we'll get into it. All right, so let's stick with me here for Tom Toole.
We're here.
First. We got Trump next. We got a lot of craziness.
So much craziness.
The most insane UConn video of all time.
Crazy video. We have lots going on.
So a lot. So just
and we're together today.
Hit the thumbs up. Nicole
so much
and I
energy.
are together. We're all over the place, but let's bring it back here. All right. So here's the things that'll give you a competitive advantage, Nicole.
I'm ready.
A great product. Superior service.
Always.
More experience.
Of course.
Better strategies.
Right.
Amazing people.
Amazing.
Proven systems. But despite all of those, what really determines your success is all in your head. Okay, so lesson number 1 on how to win in real estate, and these are the 3 lessons from March Madness, your performance matters. Okay, so this is a performance business. You either performed or you didn't. That's what I do love about real estate.
You've always said it.
The participation component doesn't count.
Doesn't count
on the contract for the client.
Or it's not.
Or you're in 3rd place and that you don't get compensated for 3rd place. Or 2nd place for that
You don't
matter.
get compensated for 2nd place either.
You either sell the home or you don't. There's no gray area. It's black and white business. Love this business for that. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same way. Okay, so there you go. It's a performance-based business. Lesson number 2, your reputation matters. Now, I don't know. I mean, last night, did it matter? UConn beat San Diego State. I think it did. You know, San Diego State probably came in there as the little guy on the block, but they made it that far.
Well, but I also know that, again, I love the UConn coach, though, too, because not only did he congratulate this team, he congratulated the prior teams that helped get this team there.
Right.
So a lot of it is building blocks and building that reputation so that when you do walk into a spot, they know Byron, they know Nicole, they know,
Dan Hurley would never have the roster that he had last night if not for, to your point, the UConn tradition, what they've built up. And, this is similar if you're talking about Duke or some of these other schools that have been there and done that multiple times. So when we're talking about reputation for real estate, we're talking about how many reviews do you have? Okay. When somebody Googles you, what does your reputation online reflect from what you're telling them on the phone or in person at the dining room table?
Right.
What do your previous clients say about their experience working with you? Your reputation is going to matter. And in the beginning of your career, you want to jack that up as quickly as you possibly can. So who you align yourself, the team, the brokerage, all of that is going to matter to elevate your reputation, specifically in the beginning of your career or if you're jump starting your career.
I think where it's really important for us to concentrate here, though, too, is it's all about reputation with other agents too. It's not just with the public. It's what is your reputation with other agents, so that when you do have a buyer for, that listing with that agent, they're going to trust you. They're going to know exactly what to expect from you. They know what to expect from your team. Yes.
When you're coming in 2nd and 3rd place all the time, and it's like, hey, you had a very competitive offer, but we picked another one. A lot of times they're picking the other agent, not you, because they know the other agent.
Absolutely.
They know they're going to follow through. They have a relationship. So the relationship part is going to matter for the reputation as well. And then lesson number 3, nothing happens without tenacity. We had an all-day meeting yesterday. If you're on EOS, you know what I'm talking about when I say an all day meeting. You can read the book Traction. And I'm talking about this killer instinct in real estate, this winning edge that real estate agents
I think you actually
need.
talked about going out, killing the food, bringing it
This
back.
is a great agent goes out and they're a hunter. They take the deer down. They go find an elk. And wow, that's a rare listing. I'm going to go grab that son of a gun, bring it back to the cave, and we're going to chop it up and cook that son of a gunner, all right? That is what a great agent does. They go out there and take it down. And this is what Tom's talking about with tenacity, okay? So you get upset in this business. You lose to somebody else who's hungrier than you are, who wants it more.
He says it right here. It's literally life or death. And it is. It's literally, do you want to put food on your table or do you not?
Can we play, let's find this clip. Let's play this is such an emotionally moving clip. Let's play 2 or 3 seconds or 5 seconds of it. In 1993, when Jim Valvano was dying of cancer, he came out on ESPN Awards show and said, "Don't give up. Don't ever give up." Listen to Jim. He says it better.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up. And that's what I'm going to try to do.
That's exactly, Nicole, what we need to be doing right now is having that type of a mindset in this market. When you think about your business, it's literally a life or death situation, and the tenacity is going to matter. The performance, the reputation, and the tenacity. Well-written Tom Toole. We'll link it below. It's on nowbam.com. But I will only say Tom Toole in this Yukon jersey is insane.
You love it?
I love it because he's a Syracuse fan. That's why I love it the most.
It makes me feel really uncomfortable.
Now let's play a video of what I don't love.
Oh, don't love about all this.
I want your reaction, Nicole, because you're a Yukon alum. If you're a college kid or if you're visiting colleges and doing this kind of stuff, you should be behind bars. We're going to get to somebody who might be going behind bars in just a minute.
Or they might be going to the hospital.
First, watch this idiot from Yukon. This is the worst part. Viewer discretion advised is the worst part about the Yukon celebration. Then we'll move on to racket number 2 and somebody else who might be going behind bars. These 8 guys should all be in jail. They're
and that was probably not their first one.
Look at this.
And then
out
cold.
All right, so
Mike Tyson took him out.
If you've seen any of these videos online, let's just root for those people going to jail.
It's awful.
And moving to someone else who could potentially be serving time behind bars. The Trump indictment, which is happening this week. It might be happening as you're watching this video. It's coming out today as we record this. The Trump indictment poses risk for his real estate empire. This is according to The Real Deal. Now, Nicole said she wants no affiliation with Donald Trump. So I'm going to read the article and you're going to react to it. Donald Trump is now known more for his political career than his real estate firm, but the former president's indictment on criminal charges could prove troublesome for his business too. And we're talking about his real estate business, obviously, because that's what we do on this show.
Right.
And so this may be interesting to you if you're dealing with a client like Trump who finds himself in trouble.
Or if you're in commercial real estate. I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't even realize that there were any of these provisions in the contract.
Yeah. So listen to this. The biggest risk facing the developer, so a developer like Trump, could be to his property's bank financing. An indictment could put Trump in violation of a loan, allowing the lender to force him to pay up or refinance the note. So think about that predicament.
Right.
As we're in a high interest rate situation. It's like, hey, come up with the cash, Donnie T, or refinance the loan.
Right.
Or we're going to foreclose on the property.
Right.
Now, the flip side of this, Nicole, is I don't believe the banks want to accumulate more commercial assets.
No, I doubt that.
They know that probably, okay, I've been dealing with this guy for 20
It would probably
years.
be, again, a political move too, right?
Yeah, I guess maybe you could see a bank get pressured in to make a political move on him. But if this bank has a long-standing relationship with Trump, they might say, you know what? Instead of us owning this asset in a market where the assets might be undervalued, depending on what it is, like if it's an office building, we might just go with what we know.
Do they have to, though? Are you reading that they have to, or can they just let it be?
They don't have to. They can make that decision.
They have the ability to.
In the loan, it'll give them the opportunity
to do it.
To say, hey, we can basically force you to pay up. We can force you to refinance, or we could continue with the loan. Depending upon the structure of the loan, Nicole, the loan documents may contain these certain covenants and provisions. So Real Deal's not saying that they do.
No.
They're saying that this is a potential.
As you're reading further down, it actually says that they would be surprised if Trump's attorneys didn't negotiate it out.
We
don't know. Prior. It's all speculation, but all very interesting things to think about.
So the provisions may pertain to felonies and federal crimes. Say, for instance, he's a guarantor on these loans. There could be these provisions that if he takes part in any federal crime activity, they can call this loan. Okay, so there's a lot of unknowns here, and whether
there's lots of unknowns with his indictment. There are lots of. There's this entire day will be unfolding before our eyes.
Yeah, legally speaking, nothing precludes him from doing business, but who's going to do business with him at that point? I don't know. How he walks into a bank in New York City and says, I'm buying this building, give me $100 million loan. I don't know that Trump's been very active in acquiring new real estate. I could be wrong. I feel like all he does is do the political stuff. So I don't know how active he's been. If you're, have any knowledge of that, I'd love to know in the comments what you think. The charges against Trump will be unsealed at his arraignment. So we're going to actually see the charges here this week. It's expected to be today as we're recording this, Tuesday in Manhattan. The New York Times reported he's the first, obviously, U.S. president to be criminally charged and whatever. So we'll see what happens if this is basically now the avalanche that's going to take Trump down, not only his political career, but also his real estate career. There's other charges that are looming around Donnie T. We'll see what happens with him. Now let's move on to what's happening with the biggest trend on TikTok, Nicole.
I like that.
Okay, this is an article that I'm not on TikTok as a consumer anymore. So this article came to my attention on Inman, okay? Bare Minimum Monday question. How this TikTok trend could change your work week, okay? So this is an article written by Rachel Haidt. Congratulations, Rachel. You win the first place award, not the participation trophy award, but the first place award for the worst article ever published on Inman.com ever. This article is absolutely crazy.
Well, I think she's writing it in response to TikTok, okay, but so she didn't come up with it. No.
She validates it at the end. Well, let's get into the whole article. Let's get into it. All right, so Rachel writes, a trend is happening right now where exhausted and burnt out workers are approaching Mondays in a totally new way.
So you are going to read it like you read it before. Okay.
Than the expected breakneck pace that corporate culture demands.
This is fun.
It's called Bare Minimum Monday. We should have some butterflies in the background, some birds tweeping. Yeah. It's part of the growing movement to go against hustle culture and lean more into work-life balance tactics.
Are you reading your book to your daughter? I feel like you're like.
I do read it this way.
I feel like you're showing the photos, like you're in front of the kindergarten class. You have like your pinky and your thumb opening.
Taking a bare minimum Monday means that you are intentionally starting your week slow. I mean, speaking of my daughter in kindergarten, they work harder than these people on TikTok. We're going to react to a couple of these videos.
She has homework every day.
You're not going to tackle any major tasks.
Can't do that.
No, not on a Monday, and only do the bare minimum tasks that are required of you for your job. So you're just going to mail it in on Mondays. What if instead of making Monday something you dread, you retool your schedule to focus on creative and quiet marketing tasks, the ones you never make time for, probably the ones that actually don't generate revenue for your business either, and completely make over how you approach your work week. One of the main goals of this trend is to help minimize the Sunday scaries. Ooh! Or the anxiety and dread most
You got some good sleep last night,
people feel Sunday night thinking about how intense Monday is going to be after a peaceful weekend. The Sunday scaries. I mean, these are what people are thinking about.
Yes.
For many, all generations included, hustle culture creates anxiety and is unrealistic. Imagine reading this, Nicole, to like your father or your grandfather. Like, maybe somebody who like built towers in Manhattan or somebody who was a building the trains of
Right.
our great country, the
Or
infrastructure.
was like an entrepreneur and was trying to build a business or a restaurant or
the real estate agent who's like building their business. For commission-driven agents, the message from coaches, brokers, and industry leaders is that you must dig deep, double down. We just read the article from Tom Toole. Have tenacity and rise to the occasion to succeed in a down market. Okay. America remains the most overworked developed nation in the world. Productivity per employee has increased by 434% since 1950. Productivity per employee has increased 434% by 1950. And we have the number one reserve currency in the world. 62% of nations actually, this stat isn't in here. They wouldn't use data to kind of back that up. 62% of the world, Nicole, uses the U.S. currency as their that's not a guarantee forever. That's because of the hard work of Americans.
I think also though again we're talking about 1950. I think maybe not, I shouldn't say half, but
since
lot.
1950.
I know, but a lot of individuals though also weren't in the workforce. I mean, think about how many women used to stay home though too.
But since 1950 till now, so this whole time period, as women entered the workforce and become a critical part of the workforce, 434%. Productivity has increased because Americans have traditionally leaned into work.
Right.
And Slack has made it harder than ever to switch off after hours. So it's all Slack's fault, by the way. Yet the supposed rewards like buying property are increasingly out of reach. This is Holly Thomas. What do you know? She's from CNN. Bare minimum Mondays are more than they appear to be. Okay, so here's some bare minimum Monday facts, and then we're going to react to a bare minimum Monday
We have a video.
TikTok video. Subscribers to this trend make self-care a priority because they didn't have enough time on Saturday or Sunday for self-care.
Right. Well, they're probably too hungover.
Avoid scheduling critical meetings and spend time doing tasks that help them reduce stress with a focus on sustaining regular energy. Okay. Just the name of this trend, which is a more tame version of quietly quitting. I guess it would be more tame than just I feel like
quitting. It's just interesting because they're calling themselves on doing the bare minimum.
Rachel says it's enough to make a boomer or an overworked Gen X spontaneously combust. It's enough to make this millennial want to throw up in my mouth, as Bill Parcells would say.
Mm-hmm.
This is disgusting mindset. Monday is, if you're a work day, it's a work day. It's no different from listen, the open rate, little fun fact for agents, the open rate on Tuesdays go up because this is something people do. They quietly quit on Mondays. And so if you want an email to get open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, better than Monday. Monday people are kind of dragging butt, so to speak. But never fear the beauty of this trend that anyone can try it. Anyone can try quitting on their employment. Okay, so here's a way to spend your bare minimum Monday. Make it a work from home day. Okay, you see what's going on across. Elon sent a 2 a.m. email we talked about. Zuck's bringing people back to Facebook because people are less productive at home because they're doing this kind of stuff.
Right.
Just answer the basic questions in emails with short, concise answers. Not like all the other questions. Just the basic ones.
Just the basic ones.
Just the ABCs.
Just answer them.
Don't get
But make sure you go back to them on Tuesday. I feel like I'd be so much more stressed out on Tuesday if I did bare minimum Monday.
Right.
I mean, just think about yesterday. Like we lost a whole day yesterday and we were already feeling behind.
And we lost the whole day working.
Right.
We didn't do a bare minimum Monday. We did an extreme Monday.
So it's like, I guess I feel like it's counteractive. Like you got a bare minimum Monday, but then your Tuesday is like screwed.
Avoid scheduling intensive meetings. Use this day to tackle appointments for your personal health, your dentist, your doctor, and just get paid on the clock for them. So just have your employer pay you for your dentist thing and your doctors. If you end up working over the weekend, make sure to take a little time to do laundry. Listen to career building podcasts and audio. Take a long walk.
Yep.
I'm an advocate of walking and self-care and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I get up early and knock that stuff out before I start my day.
Return phone calls and texts only as needed.
Only as needed. Like your job might be to
answer calls.
All right. So if you're an agent,
I feel like I only answer calls and texts as needed as it is.
If you're a real estate agent,
when was the last time you texted your mom back?
I'll text her, 50% of the time back.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, it's as needed.
All right. So if I'm a real estate agent, let's bring it back to real estate, and then we're going to react to one of these videos.
Okay.
Actually, let's react to the video now, and then we'll go to if we're an agent. So pull that video up.
All right.
You got to see these videos. They're all over TikTok.
Monday is where I only hold myself accountable to doing the bare minimum for work, and then the rest of the day is for me. But here's the truth. There are still mornings where I wake up thinking I'm already behind, and the oh my god, I'm not doing enough anxiety sets in. I wonder what it means about me if I take an extra day to respond to that email and the stories come up. You're lazy, you're undisciplined, you're soft. But honestly, I think these thoughts are a sign to lean into slower days more, and I remind myself that even though I've been conditioned by hustle culture, I can change my expectations of myself. So on Mondays, I'm gonna lower them.
Painting her nails.
She's doing a lot of eating. There's a lot of eating and drinking.
Yeah, I mean, her Sundays might be scary based off all the food she was eating. If she's got a scale in her house.
Well, take deep breaths.
The scary Sundays in a couple
She's getting her walks in, though.
Yeah. Listen. This is when it comes time for somebody like that, if she doesn't bare minimum Mondays for the rest of her life.
If you have an employer, so I have a father, he was head of HR at Anthem, like a big insurance company. And he loved when Facebook came out because before he was interviewing employees, he was going on Facebook, he was going on Instagram. I guarantee you your employer is going on TikTok right now.
She's unemployable.
I mean, it's and again, I tell my kids all the time, I'm like whatever you put on there right now, at one point an employer will be able to see he loved it. He would go on Facebook and he's like, oh, they're it makes it so easy. And then again, you're calling yourself bare minimum Monday. How is that even self-rewarding?
For all the bare minimum Mondayers, I've got a proposal for you. I'll pay you bare minimum. I'll pay you minimum wage on Monday since you're just doing bare minimum tasks. That's all you're worth. And really in some states where they have the minimum wage at $15, you're not even worth that with that type of attitude. If you do bare minimum Mondays throughout your career, you're going to get to the point where it's time for retirement. You're going to realize that Social Security is not all that it's cracked up to be. And you're going to complain about that because you didn't do what the boomers and all these people, which is go out there and actually create something. The reason Americans in this article, which I did appreciate Rachel putting that data in, are 434% more productive since 1950 is because they actually want to be on top. They want to be the leading nation. We have a free market of entrepreneurialism.
Yeah, they want better.
And if you're an agent, bare minimum Mondays, now I'm going to contradict myself a little bit here.
Okay.
Mondays might be a day where you do more strategy,
as a real estate
it might
agent.
even be your day off.
Right.
Okay. So, but what they're saying is this is a work day and I'm going to do less.
After 2 days already off.
As an agent, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we know the call volume goes up because we track that data. Saturday and Sunday are days you've got to be working. So Monday or maybe Tuesday, because you're probably cleaning up offers on Monday, might be that day that you're doing the personal stuff, right? That you're actually having your off day. Your Saturday might be your Tuesday. Your scary Sundays could be scary Wednesdays, right? Oh my gosh, the work is coming again. That is crazy. Jonathan in Inman says bare minimum Mondays is like advocating for fifth place trophies. This is that participation trophy era. The last 10 years where participation trophies started coming out, and now it's evolved to quietly quitting and bare Monday minimums. Listen. Don't complain about having bare minimum wage offers. Don't blame that I'm X in the workforce and I'm not getting paid like that. You're not getting paid to be a top performer because you're a bare minimum performer.
Right.
And you don't deserve top pay. Okay, maybe she might deserve a sponsorship for cereal because that's all she's doing all day, or nail polish because she's painting her nails.
Yeah, she was going blue.
If she can keep up those views outside of bare minimum Monday, but I have a feeling that TikToker doesn't have any other value to offer to the market other than telling other 20-somethings how to quit on their job and be useless. Nicole, final thoughts on bare minimum. Inman, by the way, you shouldn't have published that.
Oh boy,
that's an awful piece.
Well, but it worked. We're talking about it.
Maybe you should have, because it's probably
working.
Getting a ton of clicks. All
it's
right.
working.
Bravo.
Good job, Inman.
Way to go.
It's working.
Way to get a real reaction.
All I keep thinking about. So we watched that video, the Yukon video, and the man laying on the ground is still staring at me.
He's still on the ground.
He's on the ground staring at me.
Now,
out cold.
He should have a bare minimum Monday. That poor guy.
Poor guy's gonna have a bare minimum week. What are you talking about?
I don't want to see him have to do anything.
No.
If you're trying to avoid bare minimum Mondays, you might want to consider mastering the green screen so you can build up your brand. Click below. We have the Mastering the Green Screen ebook, how to get the most out of your brand on Instagram and on TikTok so you don't look like the bare minimum Monday morons. Get the Mastering the Green Screen ebook so you can take your marketing to the next level. Nicole,
wow,
it was a pleasure.
Morons, huh?
The Bare Minimum Monday Morons. It is a club. I absolutely have no respect for any of you.
Good.
All right.
That was fun.
Nicole?
I know. I'm sad. You leave again.
We'll leave. We'll be back, though, next week. Until then, keep it real.
See you guys.